Hey everyone, today I'm tying another really good, simple, easy to tie river nymph. Today it's going to be an orange tag, and I'm starting with a Hanak 230 there in a size 16, this one, and I've got a 3mm bead. And we're going to start with some black thread here. Now I actually had a question on one of the last videos saying, Tom, you always seem to tie with quite large beads. It's important to have all bead sizes. So for example, with this fly, I like to carry this fly in a 2.5, a 3, and a 3.5mm bead. Some flies I'll have in 2mm all the way up to 4mm. But yeah, try and use these videos as kind of like a pattern base. And then from there, you can work out your system and kind of go, okay, I like this fly in these sizes with this bead size and then therefore bead weight. Now for the tag, I'm going a orange tag here, and Glo-Brite number 7 is my favorite color for this. What I'm doing here is I'm just going to lay this over, well, fold it over 3 times. That gives me what I think is the right amount of tail, or right amount of tag, I should say. It's amazing how good this fly is, in all conditions. And the good thing, tying it like this with a tag as your hotspot is, depending on the conditions you're fishing in, you can leave the tag long or you can shorten it. So when I tie this, I often start with quite, a reasonable length tag like that. And then let's say I'm fishing at fish in really clear water, they're being a bit tough. You can almost just chop it straight off and you've got a hare's ear. All right, now we're just going to grab some hare's ear out of here. I'm going like a natural grey. And as always, less is more when dubbing. You'd rather dub like too little and then go back and dub more the second time through. Make sure you just get a nice even body here, tapering very slightly towards the bead. How we're looking. I actually like to dub quite tight to the bead so it sets it up like so. When you're tying with a slotted bead, I like the slot on top, and it actually rides like a jig hook anyway. But I find by just putting dubbing right to the front there, it does actually kind of set the bead up for me for the final part of the fly. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to add a collar. So I've just got some natural CDC there. We're only going to put in a few turns just to give it a bit of life, a bit of bulk and kind of presence in the water. And I'm going to tie it in just by the tip. Just going to tie in the tip there of the CDC feather. And you could do this by hand or with hackle pliers. Grab the hackle pliers. We're just going to put a couple of turns here. I'd rather this fly be underdressed than overdressed. Lock that down. Now we're just going to trim the top off there. They're perfect. Just a really kind of light hackle. I don't want too much of the CDC, because if you do just tie a massive CDC collar around it, it won't sink. Like, it'll just kind of suspend. It'll take ages to get down. You can use that to your advantage, but I like it like this for me personally. And then just to finish off the fly, we're just going to add a collar in here, which is a Peacock dubbing. So that's Hens 45 blended with Hens 46. Spectra dubbing there. But you could use, whatever your favorite peacock dubbing is here. You could even put natural peacock in if you wanted to. Just nice to add a little bit of a kind of a contrast here just behind the bead. Again, I don't want too much of that. Bang, just like that. Now I'm just going to pop my super glue on my thread. I know some people hate this, watching me do this, but I find if you don't put too much in, it doesn't actually go into the fibers there, and then it locks and bonds so well, and the fly lasts for ages. And there you are. Very, very simple, quick, easy to tie orange tag there. Very light CDC collar on that. And look, amazing euro nymphing fly. You can fish it under a dry in like a 2.5 or a 2.8 millimeter bead. 3 mil, really nice fly, nice weight fly for euro nymphing. But, you know, there you go. You can do whatever you want with it. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next video.